Hey, welcome to Flash and Friends. It's Flash. Roxanne Wilder is here, putting in her earbuds even as we speak. They're looking good on you, Roxy. I'm just telling you like it is. I like the way
they're not tangled.
I like the way they wrap around your ears and
Thank
whatnot.
you.
It's very nice. I'm thinking about getting some, but I kind of like the Princess Leia look myself. Just telling you
I
like
should
it
wear
is.
Princess Leia. I have big ears, so they poke out. They look
Oh,
like
yeah.
like
Cover that
elf
back
ears.
up, would you? What just happened right there? Hey, we got a great show planned for. Actually, I'm pretty excited because a little bit later on, Janet Sciales will be here to tell us what's in the star. What did you say is left?
Mercury Retrograde has left the building.
Has left the building? All right. That's kind of cool, I think. So it's
Mercury
very...
moved forward. It's direct rotation. Rotation.
I don't even think we need
Janet's
Janet.
nodding.
I don't even know if we need Janet
Oh,
now
we
or not
do.
for crying out loud.
We do.
Listen, very important when those
I know
type of
enough to
things
be
happen.
dangerous.
Yeah, when those type of things happen, we need to leave it to the professionals. So she'll be coming in to let you know what's in the stars for you a little bit later on. But first and foremost, some of my great friends, Rob and Kerri Stuart, are here from All Aboard TV. Welcome to the show. First time ever.
Yes, thank you,
hello.
Flash. And hello, Roxanne.
Unbelievable.
Thanks for being here.
Let me tell you a funny story, Rox. I'll let Rob tell the story, but how these guys met. Rob and I were at a convention at
It's
one
going to
time.
be like this with Janet. I'll answer the questions for Janet. You answer the questions for
All
Rob
right,
and
I'll do
Kerri.
it for Rob and
It'll
Kerri.
just be the Flash and Roxanne show. We
But
won't
Rob
get to take
and
advantage of
I-
our lovely guests. That doesn't make sense.
Rob and I were at this convention, and I said, "Hey, check out the chick running the sound control over there. Nothing hotter than a chick behind the board, Roxanne Wilder, as you would know. I'm just telling you like it is." So Rob did the rest,
yeah,
man.
sister.
And the next thing you know, I'm on a cruise ship, and they're getting married. Still got their picture in our living room, as a matter of fact.
Which is kind of spooky.
Yeah. Well,
So
it's
you guys
not-
met because of Flash or in his
Well, we
presence,
were
you should
at an
say.
event. Flash and I were at a meeting up in Orlando, and I happened to notice her, and
I think I noticed her first. I'm just
I
think I pointed it out.
I just started talking to her, and within 3 months of that date, because she lived in Salt Lake City, I lived here in Tampa.
Yep.
Within 3 months of that date, we'd already bought a place together here in Tampa.
Wow.
I still don't know how
So
he
you
landed
knew
it, to be
you made
honest
the
with
right
you.
move.
I'm
You just
saying.
went for it,
I
Rob.
ask
Good for
myself
you.
every day, how did that happen?
Look at
Swore I
that.
was
And how
never
long?
gonna live in Florida
Right.
ever.
Right. And how long's it been now?
About 10.5 years.
Yep.
Wow.
How long is it since you've been married?
We call that PF, pre-Facebook.
Right, pre-Facebook. He was on MySpace back in the day.
So you made quite a climate change too.
Oh, huge climate change. And in
Yeah.
fact, the very first day I moved down here full time,
Yeah.
I'll never forget because it was
She was cussing me out.
it was Halloween, and we went and saw you doing some DJing.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
Over at the old Stormans.
Stormans,
straight
baby.
from the
yeah.
airport.
Wicked, wicked, wicked.
That was
Heck
when
yeah.
that was the day she moved here. Was Halloween.
Wow.
You can still see Flash DJ at Dubai on Saturday nights. I
And
witnessed
making the
that.
same sound.
Ask Roxanne. She'll tell you all about that. We'll get into that on the last segment of the show. Saving the best for last. But
So we want to hear about you guys' show. So when and where does it air? And so we can tune in and watch this amazing show and really experience travel through you guys' eyes and incite us to want to go travel ourselves.
Sure. So our show is called All Aboard TV, and we air on most Sundays here in the Tampa Bay market on the CW at 11 a.m.
Nice.
on Sundays again.
y'all know Veronica?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, that's our girl right there, 99.5 QYK. Go V.
And if you aren't in the Tampa Bay area, of course, you can catch it on our YouTube channel, or you just go to our website, allaboardtv.com.
Very nice. Very nice.
Keep it simple.
So you guys recently, you guys are all strolling off. You're going off again this week, but you guys were in Europe pretty soon because I saw you guys periscoping a lot. And speaking of which, the last segment will tell you how not to use Periscope. We're going to let Rob tell you how to use Periscope. We got a pretty funny story we got to tell you about.
Yeah, so we in August we were in Europe. We were on a sailing ship from Star Clippers called the Royal Clipper.
Oh, man, I've seen the pictures of that thing.
It
That thing's
was
awesome.
It's huge.
Yeah, we've traveled all over the world on multiple cruise lines, and I can tell you this was our most surprising trip. I mean, it was 10 nights from Venice to Rome.
Wait, what kind of ship was this again?
It's a tall-masted sailing ship. It
Oh,
looks
that's
like,
right. Okay.
Remember, Rox, we were talking about
Yes,
that,
yes,
that
yes.
huge thing with the big sails and
Yes.
whatnot.
What a
we
neat
went to
experience.
Venice to Rome with only 190 other passengers. So you got to know everybody. The crew got to know you, and just it was 10 nights, but only one sea day. So every day, we were.
We got to help raise the sails.
I was just gonna say,
we
did you
climbed
really?
the
It
mast.
worked?
Yeah, we
Cool.
climbed the mast. You can see it on our
They
episode.
let Rob climb the mast because
They-
most
they
of the
did. There
periscoping
were-
I saw was from the bar. I'm just saying.
It was
that
the
is
best
true.
signal on the ship.
I bet. I bet it was.
Sure.
But I was in a harness, not at the bar, but when I climbed the mast.
Right. Well, that's
What was your favorite place to visit in Europe on that particular stay?
Oh, that's a tough one.
I would have to say Dubrovnik,
Dubrovnik.
and it's in Croatia. And the reason is we had been there on our honeymoon, had not been since, And this, because it's a small ship, the Royal Clipper not docked, but anchored within a few hundred yards of where the city center was. On the big cruise lines, you dock on the other side of the island and have to get bussed in. So we were just a really quick little
we went back and
tender
forth.
ride.
Jaunt. Nice.
And if you're a Game of Thrones fan, of course, the Walled
yes,
City.
that's where they
Dubrovnik,
filmed
yes.
that.
Yeah.
Huge
that
Game
right?
of Thrones fan.
Never seen it before in my life, but I heard it's
know,
pretty cool.
We've never seen
I'm
it, but
just
we
saying.
feel like we should now.
Did they have any filming going on while you were there? No.
Not that we know of.
Well,
Okay.
we were filming.
Other than you
Yes,
guys.
you guys were.
So you guys got all this cool. Hey, listen, you got to send some of that to our buddy Bill so we can put that up and help you promote that. That's pretty cool stuff. So you guys are heading off again this weekend. Is that my understanding? Where are you guys off to again now? I know it sucks, but go ahead and elaborate on it a little bit.
This is another first for us. The first time we're actually heading south of the equator. So we're flying into Lima, Peru.
All right, here, listen real quick.
Yes.
When you flush the toilet, I want you to tell me if the water spins in the opposite
that's
direction.
Australia.
No, I heard it's south of the equator. I
Okay.
just want to know if that's true or not.
I think he might be right.
I'm
And
just
film
saying.
it. And film it when you do it.
Yeah, tape that for me.
We'll
or
Periscope
film
that.
it. I don't even film it.
A
How
lifetime
much
of
film costs
flushing,
these
and now
days?
it's the opposite way.
Right. That might mess you up. Just
So you're
saying.
going to go there.
Yeah, so we're going on a
Thanks,
river
Rox.
cruise.
Rox
So
just
he's gonna go
totally bailed me
there.
out of that
Okay,
one, but
so-
thank you.
Yeah. So it's this one. So we went from one extreme to the other. We went from Europe with 190 people. Oops, didn't mean to hit that. And then we did a Carnival ship out of Tampa.
Right?
We do a lot of work with Port Tampa Bay, so we went on Carnival, 2,000 people. Now on this ship in the Amazon River, it's a ship from International Expeditions called the La Estrella Amazonica. 30 people.
Wow,
30
that'll be
people on the
nice.
Amazon.
Oh my gosh,
And you
that's
should
going to
see
be
the
an
list that they sent us for
unbelievable
packing.
experience. Oh, what was
I was
on it?
I was
my
a little
God.
okay. So the first thing on the list
Alligator
was
repellent, crocodile repellent.
insect repellent.
Yep.
And
Oh,
then
yeah.
so then I'm
Sunscreen.
like, well, what are we gonna wear? Because usually we'll dress up a little nice at dinners, and now
Hose each other down with that insect
It
repellent
was-
before you go anywhere.
And we're not really, if you watch any of our stuff, we are not adventure people. We are, let's stay at the Waldorf, let's get
You're
rooms
luxury
wherever. We're
people.
luxury. And so we're looking forward to this experience. When we got the list, it was intimidating. Like, I don't even have the right shoes,
yeah, we didn't
Much
have the right
less
shoes, the right
the
pants.
right pants.
Oh,
the
you're
right
gonna be out in
shirts.
it this
I
time.
don't have a raincoat, a rain jacket.
What?
So we went over to Bill Jackson's. We took our shopping list, went to Bill Jackson's over here.
Yeah,
Right.
literally
got-
said
Shoes, pants, insect repellent, sunscreen. Our clothes have insect repellent built into them.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Wow.
and they're
Nuts.
cute. Like for girls, you know, sometimes
Yes.
it's kind of they don't, but they're
Right.
cute. They're fitted. I got this really cute jacket.
Nice.
Yeah, so that was.
I
we
can-
knew-
I bet
Only
Rob's gonna
imagine
look.
all
I bet
the-
Rob's gonna look great in it.
Oh, yes.
I'm gonna look like a
He
young Jack Hanna.
will. He
I can
looks
only
very
imagine
handsome.
all the
Jack
animals that you're
Hanna.
going to see.
Yeah,
He
young-
does.
a young Jack
He
Hanna.
looks like a young Jack Hanna.
It's going to be ready for all the
Right.
nature and the wildlife that you'll see.
Yeah, we just we have. Matter of fact, I just ordered another lens specifically for this trip because you want to be able to capture the nature and the birds and all that kind of stuff. And
Who'd you get the lens from?
our friends at Nikon. Thank you
Really?
very much.
What's you guys' business model? Because this is like a dream job to be able to travel around and do what
That's
you
what I was
do.
gonna say.
That's a good question. We obviously have our TV show, and we work with some amazing companies because we do self-produce it. We have some great sponsors like Loki Motor Company that we work with, and we go on, we film, and when people see what we're doing, we want to inspire them to go on a cruise.
Sure.
And we own a travel agency. So see how that works?
It all worked.
Yeah.
Now it all comes together.
Yes.
We're like a crazy mixture of Rick Steves, Anthony Bourdain, and Samantha Brown, kind of
Gotcha.
all rolled into one.
The whole gang rolled into one.
Yes.
Couple.
Rick Steves because of the knowledge, Samantha Brown because of the beauty, and Anthony
And the
Bourdain
beast.
because we drink on camera.
Yeah, right. I got you.
It's a
I
good
got you.
Maybe a few
combination.
cocktails. In
So
there.
I walked in today. I walked into the studio, and Rob is very busy. You're on your Periscope. You've got a great following on Periscope. How do you keep it so interesting, and have you gotten so many followers and so many hearts?
Yeah,
All
heart
this
us.
great
Hey,
interaction.
give us some hearts. Can you tap the screen?
It started almost accidentally. We were at Disney a couple months ago for her birthday, and I downloaded the Periscope app and had no idea what it was.
Right.
So I just hit the start broadcast button, and I saw these names start popping up. I'm like,
my brother, my nephew.
okay, well, part of it was that. And we realized
Start with
part
your
of it,
family,
because we'd
yeah.
never done Periscope. So we realized that it wasn't because we were on Periscope, it was because we were at Disney. So when you
I
Periscope,
gotcha.
if you have the map function turns on, it says where you are.
Right.
And so people say, oh, a scope at Disney. And nobody else was doing it. And so we quickly got some followers, started building them up. And because of our TV show, we know it had to be interactive. It's not where you just kind of point and shoot and walk around and show people a park.
Yeah.
They can see that anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
They want to ask you questions like, how long is the wait for Tower of Terror?
Mm-hmm.
You know, are you going to do the magic, you know, the great movie ride? Are you going to go to Magic Kingdom?
Mm-hmm.
So the more
what
you
did you think of this, and more like reviews of the rides?
It's basically, it's almost like a live trip advisor that's interactive.
Oh, sure.
And it was, I was blown away. So we went back to Disney a few more times, and you know, hearts are the currency for Periscope. And if people like what you're doing, they just keep tapping the screen.
Hearts are the currency. They get in my way. I can't see what you're doing because there's so many dang hearts in the way.
And then
Hey,
whenever I go to like click on someone to hear their volume, sometimes I'll click it and I'll give them a heart, and maybe I wanted to heart them and maybe I didn't. How do you get around that?
Well, if
I'm a very
Can I
novice
take my
Periscope
hearts
user.
back?
You switch the screen. We'll show you.
Okay.
Yeah. But Periscope is the next big thing. As we just found out, the girl was, you know, Periscoping her entire drunk drive home.
We
yeah,
did
we'll
hear
talk
that.
about that in a minute. That's how we
It's great.
don't want to use Periscope.
It's great for travel, though, and I think that, you know, when we're on the cruise ships, if we have the Wi-Fi, we will Periscope because we want people to see it and
no doubt.
experience it live with us.
That's kind of neat. That is the cool
that's
thing
a unique
about it.
thing that we can offer. So follow us on Periscope.
I want to hear about
All
the books
aboard.
you guys just wrote too. There it is.
Look at that.
Video audience.
Just
add
add
water.
water.
Just add water, your guide to the ultimate cruise
Like a chia pet.
vacation. And we have some great.
I've never heard that one.
Yeah,
That's good.
Roxy.
Like a
There's
chia
Roxy.
pet.
Oh my God. Ooh, just snatched the rug right out from under you.
So we have some neat quotes on the back.
Yeah, some great endorsements.
You had me in Just Add Water. I like that. Did you make that up by yourself, Rob?
It's a great
Or
book,
Carrie
though, if
helped
you've
me.
never been on a cruise or you're, you know, just wondering what the cruise experience
See,
is, what the ships are, what's different. You can learn all about it.
This is so valuable too, because there are some people who are just cruise averse and they haven't even been on a cruise before. So this is a good place to start them off and say, no, you have to do this, and this is why it's so much fun. I'm a huge fan because I love to be able to have one home base and see so many different locations.
Me too.
That's the big allure to cruising. And I would say anybody that buys our book, you know, it's like $15. You know, we don't make, you know, we're not getting rich off the book. Anybody that buys that book will save an average of between $500 and $1,000
Really?
on their next cruise, just by using the tips in
You
there.
got that on a book on tape where I can, never mind. So, yeah, but, you know, honest to goodness, though, cruise, I've gone on 2, and they were just, you know, quick little jaunts out and back. But, yeah, they're just, all the food is there, like you say. You jump off, you go visit the destination, then, boom, you come back. It was great. You can book these little different excursions and things that you wanted. It was, I think, for the dollar, it's what a great value.
It is the best value for a vacation dollar. And think about this, is a lot of times when you go on vacation, especially if you drive, you're going to drive to different places.
Yeah.
Here, for those of you that like to indulge in, you know, adult beverages, you can drink as much as you want. You're not driving, and that's a really important safety factor.
And if you
gotta
are,
have
there's
a car.
problems.
Exactly.
Just saying.
Yes.
If there are, call your travel agent if you find yourself driving when you're out on a cruise.
Yes.
But yeah, great stuff, man. So you guys are what's next? I mean, what's next for All Aboard TV? Where are you guys headed? What you going to do?
Our goal is to take, so right now we're the travel experts on CW. We have about a 7-minute segment on Sundays as part of an existing show. Our goal is to take it to a 30-minute format that we own and or we put it on a national, like a travel channel, Discovery Channel. And looking at some of the shows that are on TV right now, we absolutely can do it. Everything we've been doing to this point has been just Carrie and I, you know, using Nikon equipment and shooting everything ourselves. No crew, no editors, no directors. It's all been us. And yet the quality of the product we put out is better than a lot of the stuff on TV.
Is that
So
right?
I bet.
we'd like to have a 30-minute show that's broadcast nationwide.
You ought to get you a drone. That'd be cool.
Yes,
That would be
fun.
good to
That would
use
be
from
cool.
the ships. Oh my
Yes,
gosh.
That would be. We have one. We just
We
have not
have
gotten
one.
permission from the ships
Yes.
yet to use.
Oh,
it.
like preview as you're
Oh.
approaching the port, you can get right in
Look at
there.
that.
We
Oh
have some
wow.
resorts down in the Riviera Maya that are hiring us to come down and film the resort and do some drone work.
No kidding.
That'll
That's gonna-
hopefully wake up the cruise line and say, hey, bring it on. But the tough
That'll be
part
big
is
in your tunnel.
you obviously
line
can't
of work.
fly it when you're cruising, so it has
Right.
to be in port. And depending on which port you're in, they're all going to have
laws.
different regulations.
Speaking of tying it back to Game of Thrones, it's almost like a little crow that flies ahead to the different towns. That's your drone scouted
Absolutely.
out.
Oh my
Yes.
God. So you're obviously,
We
I
can
wouldn't even
find
watch
you on Facebook, social media, all over the place, all the platforms, Twitter, Periscope, just by searching All Aboard
that.
TV.
Search All Aboard TV and you will find us.
All
Okay.
right, guys. Well, listen, thank you guys so much for being here. Appreciate you. I'm still not taking your picture down out of my living room because I kind of like you guys.
Thanks, guys.
We'll keep it and we'll be back here just a couple minutes. Janet Sciales is going to be with us. We got some great stories to wrap up the show. You guys stick around right here. It's Flash and Friends on the internet.
This segment is powered by TampaBayNightlife.tv, Tampa Bay's video entertainment guide and home of Tampa Bay's top 20 things to do with a new show every Friday.
Hey, it's the Flash Man. Join us this Saturday night as we broadcast the Saturday Night Dance Party live at Club Dubai. Join me and Matt DeBrad as we mix all of your favorite dance music from the 70s, 80s, and 90s. The first 105 people get hooked up with a free Q-Teeny. Ladies, you're in free till 10 p.m. with $3 Q-Teenies all night. The Saturday Night Dance Party live at Club Dubai. Doors open at 9 p.m. Club Dubai, 3849 Northdale Boulevard in Carrollwood. For VIP and table reservations, call 813-502-3237. Flash and Friends is powered by Xtra Medium Productions, your high-definition, full-service production studio. Call 727-584-4500, extramedium.com. And we are back. It is Flash and Friends. Welcome to the show. Hey, from the Beasley Broadcast Facility and Roxanne Wilder Studio for the current. And who else am I missing? Xtra Medium Productions. It's Xtra Medium. That's him right
Thank
there.
you, Bill.
My boy Bill over there. And his thousands of people that he has working on the show every week, and he keeps the whip cracked on those guys. So great job to Bill and all those guys. Shout out to my boy Andy from Volvo of Clearwater. That's my boy right there. Hooked me up with the XC60 to go to Dubai last week.
Nice.
I'm not going to lie to you. You've always heard that Volvos are like some of the safest cars on the street.
Yes.
The technology.
You were telling me about this.
It
does everything on its own.
Oh my goodness. The new XC90, the thing literally drives itself. It's got cameras all over the way. It'll keep you in the lane. You can set the cruise control, and it'll mark the distance of the car in front of you. If the car stops, it will stop.
See, I'm ready for that kind of technology.
Yeah.
I love that. I can't wait till we get to cars driving themselves because I spend so much time in my car.
Personal driver, that'd be the greatest thing
Listen,
ever.
It'll be close.
The only thing that makes
right
me
around the
nervous is then when you switch back to another car. Once you get
And
one
you
of those
forget.
cars, yes,
Yeah.
because I have the thing that beeps on the back of my car, and then I was in a rental the other day, and I just about plowed into something behind me because
Didn't hear
I'm
the
waiting
beep.
for didn't hear the beep.
Oh my goodness! I can't wait for the voice command. Roxanne,
It's
stop!
like you know what? If you think about this nowadays, if you take someone's phone and it's not an iPhone, some other brand of phone, you don't know how to use it.
Yeah, it's the
because they're
truth.
so specialized. It'll be the same thing with cars. Like we'll say, I can't drive your car because I only know how to drive my car.
Yeah. The Jetsons time frame is getting closer than we think. Anyway.
Well, we're going to jetson on into space and specifically astrology.
So what were you saying that went somewhere else now in the whole
Mercury retrograde.
Yeah, that.
God,
Retrograde.
Mercury, the planet of communication.
Right.
Due to the nature of relative orbit, because Mercury goes around the sun in 88 days. So every 120 days, the Earth, and because the Earth takes 365 days to go around the sun, every 120 days or so, it appears that Mercury is making a loop-de-loop in the sky, going up and going backwards. And since Mercury is a planet of communication, 3 times a year, it destroys communication.
Wow.
And the axiom is
That
bound to be done
explains
over
a
again
lot.
and bound to be repeated, and miscommunication and misunderstandings, and put the word miss in front of everything, and that happens for a 21-day period.
I got you.
Well, then it stops and goes forward again, and it goes forward for 120 days. And literally, that's when everything starts to happen.
Gotcha.
Because nothing really happens of any kind of permanence during Mercury retrograde. So we're all very happy because this is the last Mercury retrograde of the year, and now it's direct. So between now and the beginning of the year,
We can accomplish things.
we can accomplish a variety of things because Jupiter has changed signs, Venus has changed signs, and Mars. All 3 of those planets are in Virgo for the first time literally since 1979. So we have some really big, good things going on. And I think it's important to tell people what they can expect from that, where we're at the new moon in Libra, and new moons always mean new starts.
All
So
right.
we start things between the new and the
Today's
full
the new moon. Okay, yes, today's the new moon.
Yes.
Is it? Is that true?
Yes.
Janet?
Yes.
Listen, I'm just
The
backing
new
it
moon
up
in
right there.
Libra. So I thought for all 12 signs they could see what they could expect, starting with Libras, because with Libras it's all about them.
Okay.
And so this is a new moon in their sign, and they very much want to get their wants and needs met, but they have to realize that they are in a finishing up phase rather than a starting new projects phase. The time for new projects will come. And what they're really trying to do now is finish up all the things they've been working on for 10 or 11 years before they are ready to start new projects and new events.
All right.
So for Scorpios, this new moon is in their 12th house, and they need to. Scorpios have had a very, very rough time for the last 3 years. Saturn had been in their sign, and they felt that for every step forward, they took 2 steps back, and they really want to look around and go, who did I piss off, and what do I need to do to make it right?
Right.
Well, that energy has come to an end for them, and so now what they really want to try and do is do the equitable thing, the fair thing.
Okay.
And they're going to seek the help of their well-placed, light-eyed friends, more than likely female than male, to help bring that about.
It's amazing how all of the little details come to light. Light-eyed people as opposed to...
Because the sign of Virgo always indicates light-eyed.
Gotcha.
So what does the 12th house mean?
The 12th house is the house of finishing things up. An astrological chart is a circle divided into 12 sections. Each section is called a house. Each house covers a particular set of affairs.
How do you know? What did you say is in the 12th house?
For Scorpios, Libra is in their 12th
Libra is in their
house.
12th house.
This is,
gotcha.
For them, they're finishing up projects as well.
Okay.
For Sagittarians, this is a time for them to reach for the brass ring. And this is the professional brass ring rather than just the personal brass ring, because Libra is their 11th house of hopes, wishes, goals, and objectives. But is that for
Vincent
me?
Jackson is on the line.
That's my mom. Okay, go ahead and get that, Rox. Okay, so go ahead. Continue. Please continue.
A caller calling up asking questions because we run through that all the time.
That happens.
Sagittarius. What's in store for Sagittarians?
This new moon in Libra is in their 11th house of hopes, wishes, goals, and objectives. But this is not a personal thing. This is a matter of professional things, that they want professional success. And with those 3 planets at the top of their chart, they should see it. But it's going to take the work of a group to make the Sagittarians successful.
Okay.
Which is cool. For Capricorns, and I love me some Capricorns, because number one, I'm a Virgo, and Virgo and Capricorn get along great. But the Buccaneers are Capricorns.
Right.
And that's why their color is pewter. And we have a Capricorn quarterback. 2 Capricorn receivers.
Vincent Jackson.
Yeah, was a Capricorn. And Doug Martin.
Doug Martin
the day before.
Doug Williams.
Have been our recent stars. And I got to tell you, the good news is for Capricorns, they're heading into a 2-month, very, very successful run.
Nice.
After coming out of the dark night of their soul kind of thing for all Capricorns.
Right. Well, I guarantee we're going to win this week.
Yeah, what's a buy? Okay.
There you go.
Okay. But I think that they do even better. And the further on we get, the better they are. Because Capricorns are in an unusually successful cycle.
And you said the last time that our new quarterback and Lovey are kind of on the same
They
card.
are, because Lovey's a Taurus, and Taurus and Capricorn get along great, and his moon sign is Capricorn.
All right.
And wouldn't you say in general, when you talk about how people get along, this is kind of like across the board, those who are the same element really understand each other.
They really get along very well because it's a very
other.
Similar vibration. So they get each
You're
other.
an earth sign.
They're vibing,
you're
man.
all earth.
Well,
right.
and that's the cool thing about having a Capricorn quarterback and then 2, a receiver and a running back, both being Capricorns, is they have an instinctive knowledge.
Okay.
They seem to just know where the other one is. They're not out of sync. They're very much in sync. And I think that's what brings great success, both in work and, other areas too. So,
right.
But good
I'm looking for good things from my Tampa Bay Bucks, man.
You should be.
I am.
Too.
I'm looking forward to it. I was pretty pleased last week.
Yeah.
And it seems like every time I'm someplace where I have to miss the game is when we win. I don't get it. But
so you have to start to get
so
into
you're
that
the one
pattern.
that can't actually watch the game. Good to know. I know there's always someone.
Yeah, that was me.
Good.
That was me.
For Aquarians, this is. It's not the easiest time for them. They've had a rough time last month.
Seems like Aquarians have had a rough time for a while.
They have had a rough time. They really have. They had a rough time because Saturn squared Aquarius. And so they thought, oh my gosh, I'm starting to come out of it because Saturn has changed signs. But Jupiter, Mars, and Venus are all in their 8th house. And so they are trying to heal from some sort of wound to their psyche.
Okay.
And they're very likely to do that. But for them this month, legal matters, educational matters, important matters at a distance, contracts and negotiations go very, very well for Aquarians. For Pisces, everybody's yelling at Pisces. When Mars is in Virgo, opposing their sign, and whenever Mars is opposing your sign, people are pointing, going, "It's you, it's you," just yelling at you.
Flash is pointing at me.
It's you. Right.
Exactly. So that's the bad news for them. The good news is that even though people...
What house is it in again?
Mars is in their 7th house of partners.
Right. Okay. But
and Venus and Jupiter.
And then what about Libra?
Libra's
is in my
8th house. I was getting to that. That's
okay.
part of profound transformations.
Okay.
Even though people are challenging them, they rise to the challenge and they end up making more money as a result of it.
So Libra's in the 8th house.
Yes,
Nothing
Libra
wrong
is the
with
8th
that.
house for Pisces.
What is the 8th house? Power and transformation?
Sex, death, regeneration. Powerful
Sex, death, regeneration.
transformations.
Okay.
And other people's money. So Pisces will benefit from other people's resources flowing their way, which is kind of a cool thing. Instead of getting their own resources, they can hitch on to somebody else's. And they're also likely to take on a partner. because of Jupiter, Mars, and Venus all in their 7th house.
Gotcha.
So that's a good thing.
Okay.
For Aries, it's nothing but hard work for them. Venus is in the 7th house of open enemies, of partnerships. So Aries also are trying to take on a partner, but they are going to be taking on a work partner rather than a professional partner.
Gotcha.
And what's the first thing I asked you? My rising sign is Aries. It's like, let's talk about doing another show.
Yours is an Aries rising
Aries
sign.
rising.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay.
So for them, it's going to be trying to take on a partner or improve their public image to make their workload go easier. And actually, some obstacle that had been in their way gets out of their way, and then it's sort of like to the Aries, well, put your money where your mouth is. So you said you could do it, and now we're going to see if you can. For Tauruses, this new moon is in their 6th house of health and responsibilities and work and responsibilities. And they find out something that they were afraid of is not as bad as they fear. And they can actually share a pretty good laugh about the whole thing.
Good.
And they also get the support from younger people. And the love principle is very cool for them. If they're single, this is a time over the next 4 or 5 weeks or so.
Get on out there.
Try out and get on out there. And
come on out to Club Dubai.
That's what I heard.
Listen, come on down.
That's exactly what I heard.
Okay, he's been patiently waiting. He's been patiently waiting.
All right.
For Geminis, this is a fun time for Gemini. It's a very creative time for Gemini. It's a good time with children. It's a good time with love. It's a good time for taking a child of your mind and giving birth to it, creating something that was just kind of a dream, but giving it tangible form.
Okay.
And the fun thing, it's something that you don't have to go outside of your home to do.
Okay.
Because something new comes to light at home that changes things. I don't know whether you have a broadcast studio in your home or not, but it's going to enable you to work more from home.
Okay.
To bring this child of your mind to fruition.
I'm working on getting a new home, period.
Oh, that's very likely, by the way.
Uh-huh.
In the next 6 weeks or so.
Yeah.
It's very, very likely to find the home that you want.
Okay.
And then make sure you pay somebody to move you. Don't do that yourself.
Oh, don't
And
think I
moving
won't.
right on around the room.
To Cancers. For Cancers, this new moon is in their 4th house of home. And the interesting thing for you is something new comes to light in the next 2 weeks that changes things one way or another for you. And it gives you, because Mercury and Venus and Mars are all in your 3rd house of date. I mean, not Mercury, Jupiter, Mars, and Venus are all in your 3rd house. Something new comes to light that changes something. Something is unearthed. And it makes the day-to-day living so much easier for you. And it also results in short distance, short duration travel. So...
Okay.
For Cancers. For Leo, how can they make more money? And they're going to have to find a way to make more money through their words and through their ideas is where they'll be able to make more money. So I imagine that they're going to get some sort of opportunity to teach something or to learn something pretty useful about their world. But the upshot is they get paid to do it, which is very, very cool because it's a more money time.
It's always nice to have more money.
Yeah, it is.
More money.
More money. And that really is their focus for the next 30 days or so. And then for Virgos, Virgos are going to want to make more money, but they are going to spend a ton of money beautifying something. Libra is a sign of beauty. The new moon in Libra is their 2nd house of money. So they're going to be making money, but they're going to be spending it on something beautiful, something that and I always say to Virgos, go for quality over quantity because it's more important for a Virgo to go for quality. So that's what's going on with the 12 signs of the zodiac with this new moon in Libra. And I love new moons because they mean new starts.
Exactly.
New starts.
And so when you say new moon, you're saying where the moon is in someone's 12th house. The moon is in someone's 12th house.
The new moon, because the new moon is the sun and the moon in the same sign of the zodiac.
Gotcha.
Otherwise known as a lunation. And whatever house or affair of life that new moon is in tells you where your attention is going to be focused over the next 30 days or so. Because that's how long the sun represents conscious energy. And so wherever the new moon is where you can, whatever house it's in, is where you can make new starts.
So my moon is in sex and death.
And regeneration.
It's
profound
Halloween.
Transformations.
Yeah, I don't have
so,
that.
and more important, that's fun too.
Yeah, right.
There's nothing wrong with that.
At least half of it. Anyway. Oh, my God. Well, see, I like the new moon because we get to have Janet come back in here, and then I just go, wow.
I love me some flashbacks.
Yes.
Who knew?
Yes.
I didn't know. Well, thanks for coming in.
Always a pleasure.
Hey, we got to wrap up with a couple of funny stories. Rob and Kerri were in earlier, and they're showing how to use the Periscope in a positive way. The new app on the phone where you can literally just go live wherever you are and show. Did you see the story where this goofy chick decided she was going to go and get hammered down at the club and Periscope the whole thing, then get behind the wheel of a car and drive home and
No.
drive drunk, and she's
No.
bragging the whole time. Oh, I'm hammered down, and I'm on Florida Avenue. I guess she was in Lakeland.
Oh, so this is a local story?
Yes, and then
Of
the
course.
police officer downloaded the app to his phone, and I guess she had the map function on, figured out where she were, and arrested her for drunk driving.
That is so ridiculous. So you shouldn't drive at all on
Well, no,
Periscope. I've done it
obviously.
before.
Well, you shouldn't
When
drive
I
and
first
drink.
got Periscope, well, of course, we know
I
that.
followed you to the sushi
When
restaurant.
I
It
first
was
got
pretty cool.
Periscope, I did do the driving thing, but I kind of just had it on my steering wheel, just
Yeah,
mounted
I
there.
don't think there's much wrong
No.
with that. As long as you're paying attention, you have the little clip you put on your air conditioning vent maybe and point it at you. But my gosh, this lady went full blown. She was doing shots, the whole thing. It's all over the news. And did you see that, Janet? It's
yes,
crazy.
quite possibly the dumbest woman ever.
Right. I wonder where her moon was.
Perfect Florida story, unfortunately.
Yeah, right.
I know.
And then we posted a couple other funny stories, or just some crazy stuff on over the week. I pulled and put on the Flash and Friends Facebook. Did you see the folks that were out hiking and they had the GoPro? The one had the GoPro camera on,
Right.
and they went across one. I think they have one out at Hillsborough State Park here, like one of those suspension bridges. It's got the wire that goes up. But these guys are up. Like you see these things in these exotic places where these suspension bridges go across between two mountains and whatnot. Well, they're doodle-doodle strolling. I always make the
Tootling
noise when
along.
they're
Tootling.
tootling along, and the thing collapsed. It goes over, and they catch the whole thing. The next thing you know, but they go back and show it in the super slow-mo, and you can see them tumbling off the bridge and hitting the water. We posted that story up on the Flash and
Thank
Friends.
God they landed in the water.
Yeah, without a doubt, and not on the rocks. But that was one of the crazy stories. And then there was the other one. This was in North Carolina, but this is a Florida story all day long. The two drunk sisters brawling while whitewater rafting. They're in the back of the boat, and they are pulling hair, and they're trying to throw
That
each
could
other.
happen easily. Sisters
my
fight.
gosh! And the poor
Nice.
guy at the front is trying to steer the boat, and it's going around and around and around.
Oh, my gosh.
We put that one up on the website. So pretty entertaining stuff at Flash Friends. While you're there, like the page.
When you're speaking about technology and how it can really work against you as if you're going to commit a crime, about the Periscope thing,
Right.
there was somebody who just robbed a convenience store in Maryland. And what did he do? He got an Uber to take him home.
Yeah.
Waited for an Uber to pick him up.
Hold on a minute.
Needless to say, his driver came in a silver Lexus. Poor Uber guy didn't know he was a getaway car. And the cops did find him and pull him over not too long after
Say it,
that.
Janet
Can you
Sciales.
imagine?
Here's your sign.
Yeah.
Gosh.
They got the sign of stupid.
Yeah, the sign of the moron.
Yeah, there's some astrological signs. Which is
Oh,
stupid.
my goodness. Well, there you go, folks. That's all the time we have today, Flash and Friends. Janet, thanks so much for being
Thanks so
here.
much for
Always a
having me. Always a
pleasure.
pleasure.
Can't wait to have you back the next full moon or month or quarter or whatever it is. Just hurry back, will you, for
Come
crying
on
out
back
loud.
soon, Janet.
love it.
We
Now
love
your
it.
moon's out.
Yeah, your moon's out. Hey, thanks, Extra Medium Productions, my Bill.
Thank you, Bill.
Yeah, appreciate you keeping the whip on those thousands of people that you got working for you, putting this show together. Rocky, thanks for letting us use your
Oh,
studio.
anytime.
Beasley Broadcast Group, thank you guys for being here. We'll see you in cyberspace, guys. Have a great rest of the week.
Bye-bye.